My name is Araine Telgen. I have worked for over 20 years with problem horses of all kinds, and another focus of mine is training for riders and horses. Here I support riders with competitive ambitions up to the advanced level, as well as recreational riders in maintaining health and calmness. Through my many years of experience as a recognized equine physiotherapist and osteopath, I am in an optimal position to identify and solve problems on various levels. To make this possible, even over long distances, I offer online consultations or online support. This is a successful alternative to an in-person visit here at the farm or admitting your horse as an inpatient.
Dusty, a calm and friendly 6-year-old gelding who probably became a headshaker due to stress. After 3 months of being ridden by a professional, Dusty was no longer manageable for his owner.
Yes, I am Kristen. I have my 6-year-old Holsteiner gelding Dusty here. I came to Araine because, yes, I am having difficulties with my horse. I've had him for about 1.5 years, and last year in the spring it suddenly happened that he started to shake his head. At first I didn't take it too seriously, rode over it, and yeah, then it was gone for a while. He started again. I tried a lot to figure out what could be causing it, whether it was weather related. If something bothers him, the saddle was checked, teeth were done, so I changed the feed again. And somehow nothing helped. Of course, I also informed myself a lot on the internet. Then came across the topic of headshaking, and yes, then I continued working with the veterinarian. An allergy test was done on him, which revealed that he is allergic to almost everything. And yes, over the summer it occurred again now and then, and was so severe that it was sometimes not possible to ride him at all. Yeah, then I sent him for professional training. It supposedly hasn't occurred there. Yes, over the winter it was partially gone. But if it rained, for example, it started to shake slightly again. So I was actually forced to always ride in the indoor arena. That was never really my plan or my goal. I always wanted to have a leisure horse with which I could, of course, go for a lot of rides and go into the countryside, which was not possible with Dusty, who always shook his head and tried to get away. And yes, I hope for that it is found out what the cause could be, and that Araine can help us so that we can ride outside in the spring, in the summer, and in every season.
The first day begins with a thorough horse check to find any possible physical causes that might be responsible for the problems. Particularly noticeable are the pressure-sensitive swellings in the poll and tensions throughout the top line. Presumably, these originate from the use of incorrect auxiliary reins, in this case from a rubber draw rein. Osteopathic and physiotherapeutic treatments are carried out immediately here. Also noticeable is an atrophy in the right scapular area, which may have been caused by an old injury.
Yes, then besides the head shaking, it was just that I had problems with him standing still while grooming, while mounting. He was always very fidgety, sometimes quite cheeky and dominant towards me, which made it difficult for me to handle his behavior properly. Forward, downward in walk, trot, gallop has been difficult with him. He always got very tense on the right hand. So I didn't get through with my aids at all. And yes, Then we also had the problem that he always laid his ears back and rounded his back when trotting, and when starting to canter, he bucked immediately. So I couldn't really canter with him. Every time I gave the canter aids, he bucked. You could sit through it, but it is not pleasant riding. Exactly the same behavior in principle when lunging, also on both hands. When he started cantering, he immediately started bucking, bolted, and couldn't relax at all. Especially on the right hand, he started with a tongue fold. He couldn't really let himself go and was always very tense and kept holding on, so that a pleasant ride on both sides wasn't really possible.
After the first treatment, Araine Telgen started core training from the ground to correct crookedness the following day. Today, the first training from above follows. The trainer places special emphasis on a good foundation. This also includes a horse standing still while mounting and after mounting.
What's your problem, huh? Can't you stand still?
Let's start again.
Great, just great. Awesome. Oh, what a fine one you are. Awesome. Super, you're doing great, you see? Awesome, such a fine Dusty. Yes, that they and I just rode for the first time. Dusty does not respond to leg aids. That means he always goes against the leg. He also cannot be positioned to the right at all. So there is a big blockage in the way that we need to fix first. And now I already have a plan for how we will continue tomorrow. And then I am really excited to see what we can report here after 3 or 4 days.
And it starts again with the ascent.
Fine, yeah, wait. So, look at the side, look at this, look at this, look at the side, look at the side, up here. Yes, did you get it? Nice, right? Look, and here is such a nice itchy spot, right? This is great here, isn't it? Oh, such a nice itchy spot here, right? Oh, you can also stand still there nicely, right?
Who wouldn't stop there? Now it's about teaching Dusty to yield from the leg and to seek the outside rein. This later allows controlling the forehand and hindquarters without them breaking away over his shoulder. Dusty becomes more confident over time and can increasingly shed his behaviors due to the negative experiences.
Great, awesome, good.
There is nothing left to see of the actual head shaking here. This suggests that it was more a symptom of too much stress.
When I bought Dusty, he was advertised as being easy to load. What I first thought was, okay, a young horse, but saying it was easy to load did not hold true at all. It was very difficult to get him onto the trailer. He did go onto the trailer, but it took a long time and he never wanted to stay on it for long. As soon as he got his reward for getting on the trailer, he immediately bolted back. There were often problems. Sometimes he didn't want to get on the trailer at all, was very restless and kept avoiding me. And so loading with him was always quite difficult. Even when we had a trainer to help, or rather help me, it was still quite difficult, as he was, in my opinion, always very stubborn. And yes, loading was not so easy.
Now the time has come. Kristen will be included in the training for the first time. Under the guidance of Dusty's trainer, the introduction to the core training begins. In the upcoming riding training, Kristen will learn to use her body tension correctly to guide Dusty with subtle aids.
I don't know, do you ever watch videos of dressage riding or of...
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Then try to recreate a picture that you find good. If you feel into your arms, into your upper arms and into your forearms, where do you feel tension, or in which direction are your muscles working the most right now?
So my upper arms, I think the left one is more tense right now than the right one.
Aha, and in which direction are they working? Do they work more towards the back or towards the front?
I think more towards the back.
That's where she belongs. Now she's sneaking back to the end again. Exactly. Always have more tension forward. Now she's sneaking in from the back. And now you take a look at your hands to see if you tend to pull his head back, or if your hands are going forward nicely so that he can also move his nose forward.
No, it's a backward movement.
So we also need to change that now. That means your horse has a nodding motion, right? And what is nicer is that you have a position right there. And when you walk now, then the hand from this position moves a bit forward so he can nod down, and then it just returns to that one position closed. That means you bounce the movement forward and not towards you, right? You have to push it ahead of you. Now they tug back, and he also says with his ears, "Ah, it was better just now." Exactly. Super. Yes. South. What feeling do you have from your upper body? Are you sitting upright? Still sitting far forward, or now leaning far back?
No, so I'm not leaning as far forward anymore, but I think I still have a slight tendency forward, so I think I need to sit further back. But I am sitting like this.
So just lean back. Imagine you have a really nice and comfy armchair and your favorite TV show is on. Which one would that be?
No idea. Something.
YouTube Yard Eicheneck channel is running. That was the answer.
Yes.
Praise, class. Great. Fine, great. So now make a circle around me in the walk, okay? So a turn. Exactly. No, I'm staying here. Now I want you to tense your abdominal muscle more and use his outside hand and outside leg more. Use them more. Aha. So, and now gently prevent him from going forward, but push him outside, outside. Aha. Do you notice anything? Praise him a bit. Super. Oh, and that, praise him nicely. So if you slow him down a bit more now and tense your belly more, you do a short turn. Exactly. Praise and go straight. Praise immediately.
Ha! Did it. Super.
Have you ever ridden with him before? What do you say? Is that enough? Good. Well, I have to honestly say that I was really surprised, especially when it comes to the head shaking and the handling. I actually suspected that Dusty is an idiopathic head shaker. That means he reacts to all kinds of pollen and environmental stimuli simply by head shaking. On the very first day, however, it could be determined during the horse check that I could trigger snorting and also head shaking through various pressure points, which led me to suspect that there might be other causes as well. Yes, even the training on the lunge the next day clearly showed that Dusty is extremely crooked. That means that he is very strong on one side, which can be observed during lunging as he really pulls his lunger all over the arena and really makes use of his sheer forces and mass. And when putting on the bridle and saddling, I could hear shaking and snorting again. Clearly provoke, so I could trigger it mechanically. And that actually gives me a lot of confidence that we can solve this problem here quite well. Even when riding, I can clearly trigger the head shaking whenever I want. I really just have to pick up the reins, especially the right one, or just press with my leg against the belly. Dusty immediately responds with snorting, head shaking, which simply gives me the impression that Dusty associates riding and the equipment with a lot of stress and works it off in this way. Yes, my goal has actually been, and I think we've managed quite well, that he really chews on the bit, that he no longer finds the reins annoying, but really accepts and also reacts more finely to the leg, yields to the thigh, so that Christine, his owner, can continue working with him here in a relaxed manner and with subtle aids. And she did a great job implementing it. The two of them rode well here, and I can now send them home with confidence. We'll stay in touch if there are any issues, and for now, I wish them both a lot of success.
My expectations have been totally exceeded. I got my horse back completely different after just 1 week. I can also tell when riding that he is much nicer. That is different, like day and night. I can ride him much more finely. He responds really well to me, but I also notice how much I need to work on myself to make everything even better. And the fact that I even got the little treat from Araine that he now goes on the trailer so relaxed and easy, I had not expected. That was a big challenge for us, yes. So my expectations have been more than exceeded, and yes, it was definitely worth making the long journey to come here.